today on 15 on 15.
Hurricane season is around the corner. Find out what the forecast for 2016 is. Plus, more developments on Ann Anderson, a former American teacher incarcerated in Aruba. And Aruba's rising star.
Thank you for joining us on another edition of 15 on 15 right here on Channel 15 TV with Daniela Piazzi. First of all, I would like to wish you all a great start to the week. Let's get started with our latest local news topics. As of this week, the Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico prepare for this year's hurricane season. Although it is officially known to start as of June 1st and the intensity fluctuates up until November 30th, 2016 is expected to be rougher than the past 3 years.
The 2016 Caribbean hurricane season is expected to be the most active since 2012, according to a forecast released this week by Aruba's meteorological department. A total of 10 to 18 tropical storms and 6 to 10 hurricanes are expected during the coming season. An important note about both outlooks is that the seasonal forecast numbers do include Hurricane Alex, a rare January hurricane that struck a few months back. Though the official hurricane season spans from the months of June through November, occasionally we can see storms from outside those months. The Aruba Meteorological Department also predicts higher chances of rain throughout this season and hotter weather than usual. Although hurricane season is most common on the island between the months of August and September, Aruba remains on alert for the next changes. Through the next couple of months, local media will be alerting the community of any potential tropical storms, and it is important to recognize these. An alert signal means a storm can be expected between 72 to 96 hours away. A tropical watch signal means a tropical storm could be under 46 hours away, and a warning signal means a hurricane or tropical storm may be 36 hours away. For the coming days, Aruba does expect to have high wind levels through the weekend into Thursday of next week.
It is important to mention that Aruba lies far outside the hurricane belt and far away from storms, so there is no reason to panic. However, it is important to always stay aware of any warning signals that local news outlets can give. We'll be sure to keep you updated on any major weather changes throughout the season. Moving forward, although Americans are still barred from traveling to Cuba as tourists, despite the Obama administration's opening with that country, new rules announced by the administration will make traveling there easier and cheaper. On top of this, they have just announced a major expansion of 2 resorts. And although Aruba's Tourism Authority has stated that they do not see Cuba as a major threat, these latest developments could derail prospective Aruban visitors.
Cuba's National Plan for Economic and Social Development include plans to create at least 108,000 new tourist lodgings in the next 15 years. According to official sources in Cuba, Tourism Minister Manuel Marrero announced that the project has already picked the possible locations for future lodgings and will also focus on renovating existing room inventory. Last month, Starwood Hotels and Resorts Worldwide announced partnerships with several Cuban entities to manage hotels in the island nation. Starwood's deal, made possible through what appears to be a unique approval from the Obama administration, marks the first U.S. hotelier to operate in Cuba since the 1959 revolution. Additionally, several days after Starwood's announcement, Marriott announced it will be doing business in Cuba as well. What remains to be clarified is how U.S. hotel operators gained approval to operate in Cuba while the U.S. embargo stands, which restricts U.S. firms from operating on the island nation, with a few exceptions, of course. Furthermore, travel restrictions remain in place for U.S. citizens who cannot travel to Cuba for vacation purposes.
Moving forward, in the efforts to motivate innovative recycling methods amongst our youngsters and the community, the Aruba Hotel and Tourism Association's Environmental Committee held this week their 14th annual Recycling Expo.
Annually, the environmental community of the Aruba Hotel and Tourism Association, AHATA, inspires students, employees, and artists to collect discarded items and convert them into art. This year, they celebrate their 14th year of eco-awareness aside from beautiful works to look upon. They have always encouraged competitors to think of practical and useful items to be made by recycling reusing. Past participants include group efforts from schools and businesses, as well as individual amateurs and professional artists who have displayed ingenuity and creativity. Prizes for the best entries are awarded in 7 categories, which are kindergarten, elementary school classes 1 to 3, classes 4 to 6, secondary school, hotel, businesses, groups, and for individual artists in amateur and professional divisions. The exhibit will be open until May 27th at the Casa de Cultura Exposition Hall for the public.
We'll be back with more 15 on 15 after a quick commercial break.
When we come back from the break, more updates on American who is jailed in Aruba for gun possession.
Thank you for staying with us right here on Channel 15 TV. This week, the family of Ann Anderson came together with their whole community to pray for the jailed teacher. The retired teacher has been held in Aruba for the past 2 months for leaving the island with a gun that she says isn't hers. Now, with a few months since her imprisonment, neither the family nor the Aruban community know much about her arrest.
Dr. Andronette Anderson was arrested in an Aruban airport on her way home to Arkansas from her 53rd birthday vacation.
A pleasant trip, and it ended up a nightmare.
Patricia Smith says as her cousin was going through customs, Aruban security found a gun in Anderson's luggage. Only she says Anderson has never owned a gun.
No fingerprints on the gun, but they say over there in their part in Aruba that it's her gun because it was in her possession.
For Anderson's family and friends, they say this entire ordeal has turned into a crash course in the Dutch legal system. The family hasn't been able to get information on where Anderson is being held or what she's charged with.
They say that's against state policy. They can't release anything.
She was transferred from a jail to prison but cannot tell her loved ones which one.
To me, I feel helpless because I can't get to her.
Anderson's pastor, Emilio Howard, is trying to become her power of attorney, but because there are no records of her being in prison, that isn't easy, which means her bills and responsibilities are stacking up here at home.
I don't want her to worry about her bills and things happening here because she has enough there to worry about, to be concerned about.
The service full of song and prayer, what the family says Anderson always turns to see her through.
And we love you. And we're doing all we can to get you home, baby.
Now, this is an ongoing investigation which has not been made public within Aruban news sources, and the Aruban police force is not able to comment on this situation either. We'll be sure to keep you updated on the developments of this story. Moving forward, this week, the state of North Carolina filed a lawsuit against the U.S. government. This comes in the light of their bathroom bill, which requires public schools and offices to refuse transgender people access to facilities that match their gender identity.
In North Carolina, the privacy of a restroom has become a very public symbol for the rights of a transgender community. The state became the first to pass a law obliging transgender people to use restrooms of their biological gender. They say it is to protect women from sexual predators. Last week, the American government ordered North Carolina to abandon the law. However, instead, the state's governor filed a lawsuit against the Justice Department to prevent it from eliminating the law. Hours later, the government countersued, saying the law is discriminatory and unenforceable. The bill, which was passed in March, drew instant backlash. PayPal and Deutsche Bank both abandoned plans for expansion in North Carolina, while the NBA threatened to move its All-Star game out of Charlotte. The states also lost millions of dollars in tourism and entertainment. Stars such as Bruce Springsteen are now canceling concerts in the state.
On another note, earlier this year, the morning talk show Meredith Vieira announced that they would be canceling their show. And last week on their final episode, the show's host gave her final goodbyes. But before the show ended for good, Meredith gave a special thank you to one of her staff members who had lost it all in a fire. And amongst her many surprises, her final present included a trip to our One Happy Island.
All right, so where are you going on your honeymoon? Do you know?
We want to go to St. Lucia.
Okay. Well, what if you can't go there?
Wherever you want.
Well, you're warm, you're warm. You're going to Aruba.
shawl.
Listen up now. This is nice. The Aruba Tourism Authority is flying you and Richie to the fabulous all-inclusive Occidental Grand Aruba Resort, where you'll spend 8 days and 7 nights by the turquoise waters and the white sandy beaches of the one happy island of Aruba.
And speaking of special mentions, on national television, during last week's episode of the popular comedy series Modern Family, a special mention was made to Aruba as a timeshare destination.
And I have been crazy with work, which means Lily will be going back and forth between the two of us. It has been a little tense putting together a timeshare agreement, though.
I haven't been making it tense. You're the one who treats our daughter like she's a vacation property in Aruba. I mean,
maybe you should be promoted to very defensive coordinator.
We'll be back with more 15 on 15 after a quick commercial break.
After the break, this is Zion's first music video named Perspectiva.
Thank you for staying with us right here on Channel 15 ATV. On the island, local artists are certainly beginning to come out of their shell onto an international platform. Constantly, we are seeing social media how Arubans are supporting other fellow islanders on their strive for success. A particular artist who has been catching the community's eye throughout the past couple of weeks is Zion, an Aruban-born and raised composer, singer, and rapper. This week, he released his first ever music video named Perspectiva, which literally translates to perspective in English. Check it out.
Danke pa nami buhatin siyong awo Ipuro baval kada zen kumibisa mesumbong Hendalo kritikami promego ng comprendemi Naludo nami nombre promego ng conocemi Pero mo perde feding hende capa Hende grande com mente crepte Cabeça baixi boca e em palavra Com o futuro de mi isla da pinta Tu costa fau de governo e cena da bisa Se na mesma situação, lanta uma ne cachou Iwa que bluff, ter subida pe atenção Hende ta tuma experiência pa sabedoria Pero tem hende da cresce e nunca nantasinha Tem hende que ata negativo pa renter na vida E ora cos nang bong no drenta nang caminda Se arubiano tem progresso na pecho Di kong nos ta pegada em tempo contra tu crescimento Perspectiva de joven ribong isla.
For more tunes by this local artist, you can visit his Facebook page, Zion. Thank you so much for watching. These were your local news updates and trending Aruba topics. Be sure to like our 15 on 15 Facebook and Instagram page for all of your latest news updates. Also, don't forget to tune back in tomorrow night at 7:15 p.m. for more 15 on 15 right here on Channel 15 ATV. See ya then.